behind me. This gorgeous light. And I wanted to tell over the story of Moshe. Was an innkeeper. You know, many of the Jews back in the time of Baal Shem Tov were innkeepers. They wanted to be involved in the Nasazorachim. It was a good parnasa for a Jew. You could sit and learn the other time of the day and keep a rather simple life. But they always were renting from these Gentile owners who were these parties were very involved in riches and wealth and looking good. And they didn't dare let a Jew run all over them and pay them late. But once in a while you have a very nice landlord who didn't mind it so much. And this was Moshe's case. But that landlord passed away, and his son was not the same as his father. He was rather much more harsh and cruel. But you know, his father every year, when it was not such a good time for the farmers, so they wouldn't travel so much, and Moshe wouldn't have as many customers, his father said, you know what, pay next year, I don't mind. I trust you. And it always worked out. And the son too, he said, you know what, pay me next year. But when next year came, Moshe didn't have the money because the farmers didn't come because the wheat wasn't growing. He had a serious problem. You come up with the money, or I'll throw you in jail. This is what the son said. So Moshe went to the Baal Shem Tov, thinking, what else am I going to do? I need a miracle here. I've heard so much about the Baal Shem. He comes to Baal Shem doesn't really take him so serious. Finally, he comes to Moshe Shabbos, he says, Baal Shem, I need some help here. This is very serious. So he says, I want you tomorrow to go to the fair, and the first thing you see that's a bargain, the first product, I want you to buy it. And I want you to give it as a gift to the landlord. And so Moshe goes and he sees a guy, doesn't have a lot of money. He sees a guy selling a sheepskin on his back, walking around, and he wants 10 cents, 10 rudin. Moshe buys it, thinks, what am I doing here? I'm listening to the Baal Shem Tov. He's going to kill me. I'm going to come here on his birthday when all his friends are there, he's paying respect to him, they're drinking, they're drunk, and I'm going to come with this sheepskin? He's going to kill me. He's going to kill me. He goes to his wife and he says, goes home. He says, this is what I have. This is what the Baal Shem Tov advised. I don't know what to do. I'm scared. I don't think I should do it. She says, you have to listen to the Baal Shem. You have to listen to the Tzaddik. So, that night, he goes on the birthday to the landlord. He brings the sheepskin. And as soon as they see him coming to the door, they start laughing. They mock him. And they say to the landlord, they say, look, this Jew's insulting you. Look, he's insulting you. And the landlord got very, very upset. You insult me in front of my friends and on my birthday? How dare you? He says, I'm going to throw you in prison. They throw him into the dungeon. They're laughing at him. And when he was in the dungeon, he was sitting there, he didn't know what to do. And all the landlords are starting to speak, and they're looking at the skin, making fun, and suddenly they see that engraved in the skin is the landlord's name, his date of birth, and the generations of his family. And they think, what? Do you know how hard this is to make this? Do you know how good of a craftsmanship this is? They said, this Jew is giving you a wonderful gift. And the landlord calls for the Jew. He doesn't know what's happening. Maybe they're going to kill him now. And he says, thank you so much. Look what you've given me. They showed it in the light. You couldn't see it unless the light was shining on it. And there was this beautiful sheepskin. And the landlord was so happy. He said, you know what, I have to reward you. And all his friends are saying, reward the Jew, reward the Jew. And they gathered together. They gathered together different ideas. They said, give him this, give him that. And the landlord said, you know what, from now on the tavern, it's yours, I'm giving it to you as a gift. He was you've been so nice to me. No one has ever given me such a nice gift. And then they said, give him more, give him more. And all his friends who were drunk, all the rich people, they start throwing coins. They took coins and Moshe was gathering them all up. As they were just throwing it at him, this money. As Moshe returned home that day with a huge sack of money. And he told his wife the gift that he'd been given from the landlord. And they understood that it's not a simple thing when a tzaddik, when a rabbi advises you to do something. You know, there's a reason why rabbis don't sit down with you for 2 hours and just schmooze with you and talk with you. It's because you have to value their every sentence or every word. If they gave you too much time, then you wouldn't appreciate them. You wouldn't look deeper into what they're trying to tell you and realize how holy it is. These words that are coming from this rabbi, this tzaddik's mouth, this rabbi's mouth. So don't underestimate the guidance from the rabbis. Make sure to follow, because the Satan is going to see that you have advice from a rabbi, which means that I must stop you from doing it to doubt the tzaddik. Like he was doubting the Baal Shem Tov, he wasn't going to do it. And you see, in the end it worked out, even though it didn't make sense. And so, it's important to go to the tzaddikim, the rabbis, to get advice, and listen to that advice, and know that it's been blessed from Hashem, and even if it sounds crazy, there's a lot more to it. This is the lesson to learn from the story of the Baal Shem. And in Tikkun, in this place in Acco, their residents, that they should find Hashem, Shuvah, spirituality, and a blessing, and to all of us from all over the world watching.